Hey everyone, it's Alexander the Real Mr. Robinson, and this is my review for Villains, which stars Bill Skarsgård and Maika Monroe as a couple who pretty much act like a young Bonnie and Clyde. They're on the run, they rob convenience stores pretty much, and after a recent robbery, they run out of gas in their car, but they break down next to a very nice suburban house. They break in and decide to steal the owner's car, but as they're looking around for the keys, they find a little girl chained down in the basement, and before long they encounter the owners, and they themselves are chained up as well. And it's just the two of them pretty much trying to escape and maybe take the little girl with them. So this is a movie that debuted at South by Southwest, and it just recently had a limited release sometime last month. So why am I reviewing it now? Well, I first heard about this movie through Double Toasted's review. And because I was so sold on the Double Toasted review, I decided to go out and see it. I just didn't have the time to see it until this weekend, where I saw it at the Alamo Drafthouse in downtown LA. And it was pretty good. I mean, there isn't a whole lot to elaborate on with this movie because it's very simple, very straight to the point, but it manages to be a movie that normally would be kind of thrilling, but it also manages to be very funny without each aspect of the movie canceling each other out. One of the things that definitely helps with this movie are your actors. Your two leads in this movie, as I mentioned before, are Bill Skarsgård, aka Pennywise, and Maika Monroe, who you might remember from The Guest, It Follows, and being one of the few people I liked in Independence Day Resurgence. The two of them have really good chemistry with each other. They're very funny, especially Bill Skarsgård, who has a great sense of comedic timing. And whenever a scene has to be comedic, they sell it in a comedic fashion. And whenever the scene has to be thrilling, they sell it in that aspect as well. Another actor who steals the show in every scene that he's in is Jeffrey Donovan as the husband of the older couple. Like Bill Skarsgård, he is very funny as well, but he's also legitimately creepy. He knows how to deliver his lines in either a comedic or horrifying fashion. And because he has this southern accent that sounds very much like Foghorn Leghorn, that just adds a little touch of creepiness more than the situations actually are. And what I also like about these situations is that there are some horrifying moments, but they never go overboard. They're never like too outlandishly brutal, and the comedic elements, as I said before, aren't goofy enough to where they cancel out the thrilling parts. When the movie's thrilling, it's thrilling, but when it's funny, it's very funny. The movie has some great production design as well. The house that this movie takes place in is very good, and there are some interesting shots throughout this movie. One shot in particular is when Maika Monroe's character is climbing up the laundry chute. Here's the basic way I can describe it using visuals. Imagine the poster of the movie is at the center of the frame. The poster represents the laundry chute, and the two black bars that you see on the side are pretty much just nothing. It's just there to give you a unique camera shot of Maika Monroe climbing up the laundry chute. And then there's another weird shot in the movie that is honestly, it's interesting in concept, but the execution is pretty terrible in my opinion. It might not be something too big to complain about, but there are two moments in this movie where Maika Monroe is looking over at Bill Skarsgård, and her hair's long enough to where it covers his face. And you get two point of view shots from both actors, but the hair that Maika Monroe has suddenly transforms into this weird, disgusting fuzzball. Like, it looks nothing like her hair, and it's just very bizarre. It takes you out of the moment to see her hair just transform like that. But outside of that, there's not a whole lot to this movie that I have to add. I know it's a late review, very late, if you saw it at South by Southwest, but I just enjoyed this movie so much that I wanted to talk about it. This is one of those smaller movies that it's not getting a whole lot of push, but I would still say is worth seeing in your lifetime. I actually don't know if it's still playing in theaters. It might be out because it got such a small release. But if you happen to catch this movie on digital or even Blu-ray or DVD, then hey, rent it, check it out. It's pretty short and very straightforward, and I don't think you'll be disappointed. To me, this movie reminds me of Anna and the Apocalypse from last year, where it was a movie that's so small, I heard nothing about it, knew nothing about it going in, and I only went and saw it because of a few people that I trust giving it high praise, and I wasn't disappointed. This movie's not gonna make my top 10 list, but I actually am looking forward to owning this at some point in the future. I'm hoping they release this on Blu-ray and not just DVD like they did with Anna and the Apocalypse. Still waiting on that Anna and the Apocalypse Blu-ray, Orion. Come on, give it to us. The holidays are almost here. Just put one out, even if it's bare bones, I'll take it. But yeah, Villains, I'd highly recommend this movie. And there you go, that's my review for Villains. And now I want to know what you guys think about the movie. If you've seen it, what did you think? Are you at the least bit curious about this movie? Whatever the case may be, let me know in the comments below. And until next time, I hope you enjoyed this review. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, give this video a like, and of course leave a comment. Don't forget to support my Patreon page, follow me on social media, and until next time, this is the real Mr. Robinson telling you there's only one.